Pathetic earthlings. Who can save you now?
Rush! Savior of the universe! Strange object imaged in the Imperial Vortex.
All right, so we've got some more funny stuff going on with Tifa. I'm amazed by how this just keeps on going. Now there's always something to talk about when it comes to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's like, I wish that we could just talk about the game. There hasn't been much new stuff released, but there's always something weird going on with Tifa. So now, apparently, coming on One Angry Gamer, they did a little bit of investigative work, and they found that it appears that Tifa has been autocomplete blacklisted. And I know you're saying, this is kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. But they did a little research, and I'm going to show you after we go through this article that it's not a bunch of BS. So they say, gamers noticed that when searching up for Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII on YouTube, they weren't getting autocomplete results from the video hosting service. The autocomplete works for other characters, such as Cloud, Sephiroth, and Yuffie, but not Tifa, despite the latter being rather popular. If you go to YouTube, not the YouTube, and type in Tifa or Tifa Lockhart, there are no autocomplete returns. And this is pretty interesting and not far-fetched. They've done this a few times. They did it notably with Captain Marvel. The videos that were popular were showing up, but what happened is they deranked those to put more authoritative videos at the top. So basically, anybody criticizing Captain Marvel, it's harder for their videos to get discovered. It's very interesting how much shielding went behind that movie. You can almost do a whole video on the shielding and protecting that got done for that movie. Rotten Tomatoes changed their whole system. YouTube changed the algorithm. And now they appear to be doing it with Tifa, because this doesn't appear to be a fluke. They show it right here. The results are these results are the complete opposite if you choose to search up Cloud, Sephiroth, or Yuffie. YouTube will autocomplete the search field for you and offer the various suggestions, obviously themed around Final Fantasy VII. And there you can see Sephiroth theme versus Genesis Angel versus Cloud versus Virgil, Kingdom Hearts, Supernova. Going on Yuffie theme, Warp Glitch, Final Fantasy VII location, Limit Breaks, Steals Material, Kingdom Hearts. You go down here, you see Cloud Slime, Cloud9 versus Sephiroth. Full movie, Atlas, Kid. Not quite so much Final Fantasy references in this one, but you have to consider that Cloud is a little bit more of a standard name for things other than, Yuffie or Sephiroth. And they go on to point out here that apparently it's just Tifa who is receiving this kind of autocomplete censorship, something that some gamers believe is part of YouTube's autocomplete block list. That's an interesting term that I had never heard until now, that some things have an autocomplete block list. And they make a good point here, which prevents certain terms from returning autocomplete suggestions. Their good point here is in the Google Trends. So they show here that she's actually the most popular thing being looked up June 9th or June 15th. They say what's funny is that if you compare each of the characters in Google Trends to see who is more popular, Tifa by and far excels head and shoulders over the rest of them in the search frequency. So it's not like the autocomplete is failing to provide search return suggestions because no one cares about Tifa, because they obviously do. There's been a lot of talk about Tifa with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they're looking it up around the time that we finally got to see her as well. So maybe I would like to see a more broader search here, not just on these dates right here that he shows. So that's one criticism that I'll put towards this article. But I do agree that she's been more discussed over the past 2 months for sure. So it's a little strange and disingenuous that it's being shown that no one's looking her up, because it's not true. And obviously, the reasoning for this would have to be because of the talk of her chesticles. So the big talk of the town has been Tifa and her chesticles in Final Fantasy VII Remake and Dissidia, Final Fantasy NT. And if you look up those results, if you search her up on YouTube, the autocomplete results are null. Additionally, YouTube videos on Tifa, when you do search her up, mostly avoid the controversy and focus on gameplay and other news. And of course, a lot of us have talked about this. So they point out here, it reeks of censorship that YouTube would remove the autocomplete results for Tifa when she's obviously the hottest topic about Final Fantasy VII Remake. At least at this point in time, she is. And the Decida Final Fantasy NT reveal. Really interesting thing about when, because she wears, short little get up there. And when she, does a high kick, it appears to be a black void. It's like, what you trying to say? So just to show that it's not BS, if you do in fact go in and type Tifa, that's what you get. You get stuff about Roblox and Flamingo and curling rods, But if I look up Cloud, I do get some Cloud Final Fantasy VII stuff. Here's some right there. And then, of course, if I do look up Sephiroth, as you can see, as I'm filling it in, you get a lot of auto-completion for his top stuff here. Iconic moments from the games and such, of Crisis Core gameplay, stuff like that. We can do the same stuff again with Yuffie, as suggested. And look at that Yuff in there, and I've already got tons of stuff. So there is something going on here. It's really strange to me that they would do this. Like, did they? I mean, she's not even, look at the top video up here, is gameplay, 179K views. That's not even that much. It's not like she was getting millions of views and such for these topics. I think I got 100,000 views. I bet oh, see, yeah, so Quartering, I'm sure, did a video on this and probably got like 300 and something thousand views. Not showing up here at all. Nowhere. You would think he would be right up at the top. So this kind of shows that they are kind of jerking around with the algorithm. So I just did a quick filter and I looked up Tifa view count. So it should, at this point, give me Tifa videos that are the most viewed. And of course, some hot for cooking person shows up, not quite Tifa there. So that's a little interesting. Now we got Tifa's theme popping up. So we're getting a little bit more realistic. However, this isn't all Tifa. Now we can make this even more specific, and we can look up Tifa Lockhart, her entire full name. And now we still only get a couple of things. Now we do get some videos like this. What's the deal with Tifa Lockhart? I don't want to click on this. I don't know if they're gonna. I'm guessing they're gonna talk about the controversy with Tifa a little bit. That would be my guess here. But as you can see, like we have to play around with the titles for that to get it to show up. So this is interesting. You got this one. Here's all the no content in Final Fantasy VII. But this is based on the old game and not necessarily the controversy. So this is an interesting find. I'm kind of shocked that they actually changed the algorithm over this because people want to talk about her chesticles or something. It's strange. It's also strange that I have to say that word or the video would get slapped, but it is what it is. Welcome to modern day YouTube. It's almost like we went back to 1983 and we're going to go up a year real soon. So I don't get YouTube anymore. It's about as much as I don't get this article right here. Like old Vice coming in with the hot takes. As you can see, hot takes on old Sephiroth, telling us what he really is, I guess. So if you want to Google search this thing and read it, be my guest. But it is full of hot trash. Hot, steaming trash. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about this. Do you want to see justice for Tifa? Do you want to see justice for Tifa? Also, make sure you hit that like button and share the video. It does help, as well, YouTube's being YouTube. And also, if you would make sure you're still subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell. Check out the links in the description, particularly my Twitch. Trying to build that platform up, so I'm trying to shill it every video. If you wouldn't mind heading over there and checking that out, I'd really appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.